Man United just drawn at the Dragao, where I expected a loss, and Harrop Maguire decided he wanted to save the day and be a good schoolboy that he is, a good pet. You know, as you can see from my reaction, I'm not gonna lie. I like to quote. I've got to be honest and real. I'm fucking fuming. No, I'm actually fuming. I don't know if I'm more fuming that they bottled a 2-0 lead, even though which gave me that, oh shit, like, I think might actually do something like, oh crap, because I do like as much as it's conflicting because I don't want the manager at the helm, but I want the team to do well. It just don't make no sense at all. It's actually fucking sorry, I'm swearing, but it's toying with my emotions. But and then I'm actually annoyed. I don't know what more emotion I have to plug into this. It's just like take the loss so we can get sacked. What? How do Ineos look at this and say, you know what, you rescued a point, it was good. If they think that was good, a good point, you better guess again, man. What this guy comment and I don't get what this guy does sometimes. Is this ball manager, this egghead, Dr. Eggman. Honestly, sometimes I don't want to like Marcus Rashford came off the pitch at half time and I thought, you know what? He's probably one of the better players on the pitch. And then, he comes and like, eh, Marcus, he scored some goals and but I took him up because tactics. Tactics. Absolute bastard. I was starting to enjoy it. I actually thought, oh, some enjoyment. This ain't as embarrassing as I thought it was gonna be. And then, absolute capitulation. It's funny because I was doing a watch along with Daps, and I said, I'm not gonna be surprised if he bottled this. He's probably gonna keep the tempo up. It's 2-0. You probably should play a little bit more compact and make sure that you solidify yourself. It didn't even take 5 minutes for them to get back into the game. And whether you want to point out to blame the players or the manager, at this point, I'm done blaming players. If anything, it's the players that got the point in the end with 10 men. Bruno Fernandez, the absolute fraud, an absolute scam of a player, right? There you go, like another red card. The guy doesn't want to be on the pitch. Honestly, how you can moan about that? Both of his yellows are stupid. He's just got himself to blame at the end of the day. They probably actually could have went on and won that. United. Yet again, a team that's there for the taking. Really, whether it's Brighton, whether it's Tottenham, whether it's Crystal Palace and now Porto. There you go. You ain't won a game in over 4 matches, if I'm correct. I think I just mentioned all of them. Didn't win against Liverpool. Got your win against Southampton. Don't get me wrong, and Brent, the other lot. Then you ain't done nothing. Still another European game where there's not enough points in the bag. You're in a league phase on 2 points, and now we're gonna have to wait for a Villa battering for this guy to get out. Now it's up to you lot whether how you want to think as fans. Like, I'm in phase 5. I've gone beyond hopium. I've gone beyond the copium. I've gone beyond the being in denial. You've gone beyond the stage of grief. I've checked out ages ago. This feels like the game where Ollie faced Watford. I was happy. It was unfortunate, but I was happy he got battered. So the upstairs finally said, get rid. I just want to move forward as a club and as a fan base. I hate the toxicity in this fan base at the moment. And it's just not something that sits well with me. I can't sit there and be miserable every single day on a footballing perspective. It's boring. I get cussed out every day on stream as it is as a YouTuber or personality, however you want to label it. I can't even have a conversation without someone mocking me. It's drown it, like my energy just drowns in the absolute abyss of garbage and crap. And now I'm getting, little stupid remarks saying that we should, like from Deji or whoever, saying we need to talk about the top 6. And it's like, since when can a Spurs fan, Aston Villa fan, Newcastle fan, or whoever talk down to me? It's been a decade of this crap. And that just puts again another little, softening the blow, So Ineos has got another day without getting criticism or criticizing them for actually having this decision at hand. It's a joke. I feel Said on many things. Honestly, I feel Said. When at some times you just want to fight somebody's lot, I don't blame him because you know what? That's how I feel. And you know what? Again, I wonder if that Mark Goldfish is gonna flip in. What's it called? I want to know what his rating tonight is for Onana. Because if it was for a certain player called David De Gea, he'd be creaming all over him if he made a few of those saves. You know, I wonder what criticism he got from tonight because he saved our skins. We're lucky that it was in. We're lucky it was at 5. We're so lucky it was at 5. We're mid deep. The goals that we scored, they were down to pure luck. You know, Diogo Costa was being an absolute bozo. You know, a guy that's been rated at 65, 70 million M's, by the way. It was good. It was good. I'm not gonna lie. It was good patterns of play from United, but we shouldn't have scored them. They were easy. I don't know if the shots were that powerful, but he should have saved both of them. You'd expect your keeper to save both of them. We got packed in by Samu Marodion. The defense has been in absolute shatters, in tatters even. Sorry. You look how time after time again we get exposed, and that comes down to management. A better manager manages that game much better than the way it was going. 2-0 up, you should be having an absolute different approach. Stop being an idiot. Shore things up for the next 5-10 minutes. Because that's what other managers have done in the past, whether it's Mourinho or even LVG. Dare I say David Moyes. No manager has conceded 3 or more goals as much as Ten Hag as a Manchester United manager. Let that sink in. How many more records and embarrassments must come upon this club because of this one egghead? My energy's draining. And you think you're done. But the emotion just, because you're passionate about obviously your club and football and all that kind of stuff, it just comes out again and again and again. And all the rivals are lapping this up. All of them. And I've had enough. And I keep saying I've had enough. I'll keep saying I'm checked out. But a little bit of hope where you feel like, please prove me wrong. Please. It just doesn't happen. It don't happen. And I'm getting bored of it and getting tired of it. And frankly, I'm losing the will to sometimes to even talk in United. Because many of you know, like I was gonna go that I want to go and make my channel, yeah, where I talk on just Manchester United and have my takes only, and it's just me and go about my business. But I can't start it because I refuse to be toxic on it and start a channel where it's being toxic because I just want to be positive. It's not enough to be positive about. There's nothing to take away from that game. There's nothing there. You know, what football do I get to take out of that game? We rescued a point. It's already known that under United, you got, you know, whether it's Scott McTominay or Harry Maguire, rescuing a point. 10 men. Oh, look at how you got it. Show some character or whatever. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. It's the performance. First 20 minutes was solid. I give it to United. First 20 minutes was solid. Rather than the first few minutes. After that, it was solid. But we've seen this story before too many times. I don't know what names are involved. That's going to be the rumoured one that will end up taking over because we're not beating Villa on Sunday. We're not. So whoever it is, I hope it's a good choice. That's all I can say there. You know, I look across the pond, you know, down south of Manchester, or however you want to look at it on the map, and Chelsea are smashing Ghent or Ladies and Gents 4-2. That's a win. Yet again, I'm going to be the subject of getting bantered tomorrow, even though most people pretty much predicted the Man United loss. I can't really get finessed that much, but now I'm going to get bantered in reverse. Oh, you should look what Ten Hag done at Dragao. You know, many managers go over there, don't get results. You know, you should be grateful. We told you. You know, have some faith. You know all that gaslighting. People these days call it gaslighting. Enough is enough, man. There needs to be change at United. And you know what? Everyone at the board or whoever made the decisions is at the helm of getting criticised. Honestly. And it's not going to affect much because we're just a voice and opinion, right? We're just fans, you know. Funny accents you lot got. You should have an opinion, you know, on the club that you spent money on, you know, to go watch games and support, you know, or whatever. Or I don't matter if you fly 6,000 miles to go watch and spend your hard-earned money, even though you ain't got a lot to go and watch the club that you love and support. But shouldn't have a negative opinion because you should, you know, you must be a secret Liverpool fan or something. You must be a secret Arsenal fan. I've had enough of fans in general, but I've just had enough of all fans that are United fans, mainly anyways, getting at each other's throats because of a difference of opinion. I don't think people are bad people in general. A football opinion should be separated away from how you view someone. But in this view, of obviously opinions in this day and age, a lot gets heated and taken out of proportion. But some like to take it real personal. And you know what? That comes through toxicity and that comes from the manager. So you're either on board with it or you're not. But as Saeed would say, the curtain's on the wall, quitters don't quit, and we'll be there in a bit.